Hi everybody. I know I started this just a few minutes early, but I'm ready. So we'll just chat for a minute and wait for people to get on here. And we're gonna sew up this Rick Rolltop Backpack. I've been calling it wrong. I've been calling it the Rick Rolltop Backpack. I'm just waiting for my iPad to catch up here. Hi, Sheeple. Hi, Joni. Good morning. I got an early start to my day, which was nice. I didn't want to, but I just woke up early. And so I was able to prep some steps in this bag because it's a lot of double, right? There's 2 straps, there's 2 pockets. I prepped the zippers just so the live video won't take forever. And you can still see those steps. I just don't have to do them twice. So yeah. Hi, Brittany and Annette. Thanks for being on here. Yay. All right, so we're doing the Rick Rolltop Backpack. I'm going to have to fix my my header on this video. That's okay. Hi, Jen. I am feeling good. I am feeling so much better. I think I'm over it. Yeah. That was a rough bout of COVID sickness, so took me a good 2 weeks, like a solid 2+ weeks to feel better. So I'm sorry for anybody who gets it. I feel your pain. Hi, everybody. Yes, it is a fun big bag, Linda. I'm doing the petite. I'm not doing the big. I've sewn up one before. I sewed up a petite, and Charlotte stole it. So, well, she didn't steal it, but I let her have it. She really liked it, and she needed a bag to go to her dad's and go on a trip. And so it was the perfect bag for her. It's such a good backpack. So now I'm making another one. Hopefully I get to keep this one. Hopefully it's for me. Oh, yeah. Anyways, Nancy, now I have antibodies. Let's hope so. I mean, let's hope and surprisingly, I was so sick, but nobody else in the house got it, which I can't believe that nobody else got it. We were super lucky. I tried to stay away from everybody though. Yeah. So hopefully nobody else gets it. Hi, Mimi. Thank you. Hi, Charlie. I'm doing better. Jen, you definitely need to make this pattern. You will love it. Charlie, my husband had it 4 times. I had it once and not from him. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, 4 times. Poor guy. Oh, poor guy. Okay, Rick Rolltop Backpack. Brittany just posted a link right there. It's also in the description. All of my materials, I think it's from Wonderground for the most part. Like my main materials, and then I'm using Mesh by Annie's Mesh, which I now have linked on my Amazon list. Webbing, I'm not sure where I got this webbing. It's either Wonderground or Zipper Valley. And then I have all of the backpack hardware. Kits are being sold at Georgia Girl Stitches. So if you're like, I don't know where to get all of that backpack hardware, Georgia Girl Stitches has all of the kits. So go check her out. And then I just used Decovil Heavy in the base of both lining and exterior. And then I just used a foam for the backpack straps. So, okay. And I cut this out yesterday in my live. If you want to see it being cut out, it's in the live from yesterday where I opened some mail and then I cut out this backpack. All right, I think I know I started just a little early, but I think we're good to go, yeah? Should we just dive on in? I'm on my second caffeine drink of the day. This is just one of those days. I woke up at 6 a.m., which is not my usual wake up time, and couldn't go back to sleep. So I'll definitely be taking a nap today. All right. I'm going to move the camera in, and we are going to dive into this awesome Lynn's Handmade pattern. I did talk to Lindsay a little bit. I'll tell you real quick. So this backpack has these side pockets, which I've already prepped one of them. Like I said, I'm prepping half of it so the video goes quicker. So I asked her why she suggests not to top stitch this pocket. And I said, why would you not top stitch it? And she says she just worries about this mesh being ripped when you sew it with your walking foot, which I could totally see. And I'm too scared to try it now, so I'm not gonna top stitch it. I'm gonna do it like she says, because she's very smart and good at her bags, and usually the steps have a reason for why they're written that way. So I am not gonna top stitch it, just like she says in the pattern. And I'm pretty much following it word for word. I'm not changing up anything. I'm not adding anything. It's a great pattern as is. Outside back zipper pocket, inside slip pocket. You could add another zipper pocket on the inside, but it's so big and spacious, I don't think it really needs an inside zipper pocket. And okay, are we ready? I got my Rick Rolltop pattern pieces from K&A Customs over the weekend. That's awesome, Stacy. All right, let's head in. I'm gonna put you guys in. And we are going to make it as a backpack. I'm gonna put it kind of far up because it does have quite big pieces. So you need to see this whole area, right? Okay. Let me get to where I want to start. So like I said, I've prepped half of the pieces. So I'm only doing like one pocket on this video because I already did a pocket. So hopefully that makes sense, but I'm going to kind of follow along with the steps that she has in here. So we are going to do the other pocket. Jose, Siah, I love your earrings. Thank you so much. All right. So here is my mesh. Now, when you cut out the mesh, it does have a stretch to it, right? Like this way stretches way more. So make sure that you're cutting it out with the stretch of the mesh. And then I have some fold over 1-inch elastic. All right. And I'm going to show you how this is done. All right. So you want to start by attaching it on one side. So I'm just folding the elastic in half, and I'm going to stick it on one end here, just like that. And I am going to tack this side down first. All right. Tina, thank you. I like that I chose the pink too. I think it's going to be a cute pop on the back. And then the sternum strap as well is going to be pink. So I think it'll work. Okay, so you don't need to do a lot, but enough to just kind of hold that side in place. Okay. So like an inch. I did about an inch down. All right. And then I'm going to come over to the other side here, okay? Because we are going to have to stretch our elastic as we sew to fix this, because we want the pocket to stretch out to fit our water bottle, right? You don't want it flush with it. So I'm going to clip it here. All right, and then I'm going to start sewing it here. And when I get to the point where I can hold it back here, that's when I'm going to do the big stretch. The big stretch. All right, here we go. All right, so now I can kind of grab it back here. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to stretch. You see how I'm doing that? And tucking in my mesh as I go. Just make sure as you're sewing that that mesh is in between your elastic. All right, I'm just kind of pushing that up. It kind of fits on its own pretty dang nice. So now I got to kind of pull this from the back here. All right, and then I'm just going to keep pulling it through until I get to the other side. And I'll keep kind of checking and tucking it as I go. You could put clips if you wanted to, although I don't think that would work. Just go slow. And then I'm almost there. Make sure it's tucked in. And that's it. Really not that hard. Just some coordination, stretching it out. All right, so then it looks like that on the top. That's perfect because then you have that room for your water bottle to fit. The fold over elastic is from Bowtique Emilee. It's linked in the video from yesterday. Ooh, shoot, what was it called? I don't know. Brittany, can you look on the video yesterday and see what there we go. Bowtique Emilee fold over elastic. Thank you, Brittany. All right, so you want to, I'm just making sure I'm doing this right because my black is kind of, it's the Luxe Nylon, so I don't know if there's a wrong side or a right side to it. They both look very similar, so I'm making sure I'm putting this on the right way because you want it mirrored, okay? Do you just stretch from one side? Yeah, you just start from one side and stretch it all the way to the end. All right, so for this pocket, I'm going to clip the sides up first, and then I'm gonna do a nice little pleat in the mesh to make it fit on the bottom. I know, Brittany's amazing. Link Queen. Annette, I know, I never know which side is the right side. It probably does have a right side and a wrong side, but I don't know which is which. One side's just a tiny bit more shiny than the other side. I don't know if it matters, really. Okay, so I've got both of my sides clipped, and it kind of has a little bit of a natural, it kind of makes a little bit of a natural pleat in your pocket after you do that. You kind of see that? And so I'm just gonna center it as best I can here, just like that. All right. Doesn't even have to be exactly centered either. Beth, my admins are seriously the most amazing human beings on the planet. I would agree with you. That's a little off center. I don't like that. Just a second. That's gonna bother me. There. Just like that. All right, you just need it to make a pleat. This one's a little bit wider. Now I'm like, wait, I want it to match. I did it wider on this other one. I don't know if it matters, guys. They're not going to be right next to each other. But there, that matches a little bit better to the other side, yeah? Yes. Okay, so now we just want to baste that all down. All right. Hi, Leslie. All right, here we go. I'm just going over that pleat, back stitching over that so it doesn't come out there. I don't know if you need to, but I'm doing that. Hi, Linda from Wisconsin. Welcome. I tried to give people a little bit of a heads up this time. I have so many people saying, I never know when your lives are going to be. And I say, I don't either. It's whenever I can do it. So I did try to give people a heads up this morning. All right. So that is the mesh on the pocket. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and put together the pocket completely. It's kind of out of order of the pattern, but that's okay, right, guys? Okay, so here is my zipper pocket. I have already made the other one, right? Do you reduce your stitch length when you sew the mesh? Yeah, I do. I basted that like at a a 4 to a 4.5, I think. All right, so I have the center of my zipper tape on here marked already. Okay, and I have my zipper tabs already attached. I did that beforehand. On the pattern piece, there is a spot that you need to mark for the center of your zipper tape here, and it's like right in the middle of this elastic. I can see it. It's probably hard for you guys to see because it's black on black. But I'm going to line up that center mark with the center of my zipper right there. All right, and my zipper is right sides down. And I want my zipper to be open at the bottom of the piece. Do you see how it's open at the bottom? Because you want it to be closed when it's at the top. All right, so I'm going to clip it down this way first. And then your tabs are not... If they don't line up perfectly with the edge of the material, that's fine. You have a little like leeway. So you may have to trim off a tiny bit of a zipper tab, and that is just fine. I think she gives you a little bit of room for that. This one lines up pretty well though. Usually my top doesn't line up as nicely. Okay. Also, if you guys are asking me a question while I'm on here sewing and I don't see it, please ask again. It's not because I'm ignoring you. It's probably because I just didn't see it. So please ask again if you've asked and I haven't answered something. That would be awesome. Hi, Annie. All right, so you just kind of pull it along that curve. And then I'm going to baste this down in place, and then I'll add my lining piece, okay? Hi from Helena. Oh my gosh, is it snowing already up there? It sounds about right. I remember when we lived there with the kids in Helena one year, and it had a huge blizzard the night before Halloween, and they had to just wear complete snow suits and boots and everything to go trick-or-treating, and you couldn't even see their costumes. It was kind of sad. All right, here we go. So I'm just basting this on first. And I like to go slow around this curve, use my stiletto to hold that zipper on the curve, and that'll help a lot as you take the clips off and go. And make sure when you do these zippers, you're going on the curved edge of these pieces and that they are mirrored. You don't want two of the same, right? Because they're on opposite sides of the bag. So make sure your pockets are mirrored. Okay. Was the fold over elastic 1 inch? Yes, Diane, it was. All right, so now I want my lining, and it needs to be right sides together. Okay, so right side, and that zipper in between. And now I am just going to clip that evenly with that exterior piece along this edge, and then I will sew that at a bigger seam allowance. And she does all of her seam allowances around the zippers usually, so you don't have to switch your foot, which is super nice, and I appreciate that. So I don't have to switch to a zipper foot for this. I haven't bought this pattern because it looks so intimidating. You know what, Jadira? It is not. I thought it would be too, and then the first time I sewed it up, I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a fun pattern, and it goes together so satisfyingly well. Like, it's a fun pattern. This part right here is probably the most intense part of the whole bag. For reals. Like, it is not that hard. I didn't want to do it because I didn't want to do, honestly, I didn't want to do the padded straps. That is one of the reasons I put this one off, And then when I actually put the padded straps together, it was the easiest process, and you're gonna see it. It is actually very easy. Ooh, that didn't sound good. Something happened to my bobbin. Just a minute. As a kid in Florida, it used to be the opposite problem. So hot, it was miserable to wear a costume. We have never had that issue. I'm always like, okay, you guys have to have costumes where we can have layers and jackets and snow boots if we need, because it does snow sometimes here too in Colorado for Halloween. So you just never know. Hi, Dina. Oh, yay. I'm glad you love your embroidery machine. That's awesome. All right, and then just go slow. Make sure you don't have any wrinkles in that zipper along this pocket as you go, which the stiletto is great for feeling that out. Jadira, it looks like a lot, but it's really simple and fun construction. Yes, it is. Brittany is totally right, and you're gonna see. You're gonna see it. It's actually a very satisfying sew. When I did my first one, I was like, oh my gosh, that was so fun to make. I was excited to make another one. All right, I'll probably make Susan one too, because I think she needs one. All right. Ta-da. Now, this is the part where I said to Lindsay, I said, why don't you top stitch this? And she says, because she's afraid that it will tear the mesh, and she's never had issues with it like getting in the way of the zipper. So I am not gonna top stitch it, because normally I would be like, okay, now let's top stitch, but don't do it. I mean, you can, but if you rip your mesh, it is not my fault. All right, so here is the exterior and the lining of that pocket. So now we need to add the back piece to it, right? The other side. So here is my other side right here. And all you're gonna do is lay this pocket directly on top. Your zipper is facing up. Your back lining piece is facing up. And all we're gonna do is baste that on this back zipper piece. All right, so I have my centers marked again, so I'm gonna line that up first here to make sure I've got it on there correctly, and then I will go from there. And it helps if you have your zipper undone. It always kind of helps that. All right, so I'm gonna go down first. And this is the last part of constructing this zipper pocket before we add it to the bag. It's really not that hard. And if you have done the Denver backpack by Swoon, the construction of this is almost very, very similar. So if you've done that, you can totally do this. I think it's supposed to drop to like 30 degrees for a high here. It's supposed to get really cold here too. I'm ready for boots and hoodie season for a while at least. And then it comes to January, February, and I get seasonal depression. So, and then I'm over it and I'm ready. I planned a trip to Mexico already in February. So I'm pre-planning this year. All right. So now I'm going to baste this zipper on. And I do like to change my seam allowance usually when I baste to a longer stitch length. So make sure that you're doing that. And again, stiletto works great to kind of hold that zipper down as you sew. Still low 80s here. Oh my goodness, that's hot. It's been about 60, 70 here, and it's perfect. We can keep our windows and doors open. It's so fabulous. I haven't actually been outside today yet. I need to take my doggies for a walk after this video, so hopefully it's nice. All right. Beautiful. Now, do you see how my zipper tab goes over? That is okay, guys. That's okay. Just trim that sucker down. Beautiful. All right, there is my other pocket. So I did my other one before this video. So do that twice, and they should be opposite of each other either way, right? So they're opposites. So do that twice. Make sure your pieces are mirrored. I'm gonna set those two pieces aside. Done with those pockets. And then we're gonna go to, I'm gonna do my buckle piece real quick. So here is my, all right. So this is the buckle piece for closing my bag. So I'm gonna take it apart, maybe. All right, I'm gonna take my buckle apart, and I have to always look at these instructions here. Okay, so right side up, one piece of webbing from the back side. So this is, yes, from the back side and down, right? My nails are too long. I have a nail appointment tomorrow. All right, just like that, right? Up and through, okay? Because this is how it's gonna be. You need to be able to tighten this, right? So just make sure you yank on this bottom piece and that it doesn't go anywhere. That's what you want. Okay, so now I don't want to leave this piece raw edge, so I'm going to give it a little double fold, just like that, and I'm going to sew that down. Do you have a preference for either plastic buckles or metal? I usually like metal buckles, but I don't have metal buckles like this where it holds your webbing in place. I'm not sure what this is called exactly, but my metal buckles are great for other kind of straps, but not so much for these backpack straps for this bag, if that makes any sense. All right, so now I'm just sewing this down to itself so there's no raw edge. The first time I did this bag, I didn't quite understand this step, and I sewed this piece to this piece. You want them separate. They are not being sewn together because it needs to be able to be adjustable and close. So I just finished the edge. Do you see that? I'm going to do one more line of stitching there. It is 1-inch webbing, Jose. Would it damage if you just top stitch up to the mesh? Margaret, you could totally do that. It would not damage doing it that way. You could totally do that. Raining in Jamaica after months of intense heat. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you guys are getting some relief over there. Okay. I'm just melting my threads there. So that's all I did, right? I just put it through, and now, you know, when you pull it, it shouldn't move. Okay. Beautiful. And now I just want to do the other side, which is this one, and it goes down and back. And then I am going to sew it to this piece. Right? Yes. All right. But I want to do that fold again. Does she double fold it? She does a double fold where she folds and then folds again. Just be aware, if your machine can't handle all of that folded webbing, just fold it once. You don't have to do the double fold. It's just really encases that raw edge and makes it look nice. But if your machine can't handle it, don't do it. All right, so now I'm going to sew this down, and then we can put our buckle aside. I'll probably do 2 rows of stitching again just because I like to be extra safe and do more rather than less. And I back stitch quite a bit. Is the webbing reflective or glow in the dark? Oh, that's a good question. I don't think so. I think it's just black and white webbing. I don't think it's reflective or glow in the dark. I know they do have webbing like that. That's a great question. I'll have to look. I don't know what I bought. Watch, it is glow in the dark and I didn't know it. It might be. All right, so I did 2 rows of stitching. You could do a box stitch, however you want to do it. Whatever you want to do, just make sure it's nice and secure. And melt your edges. Okay, so that is, see, and then it goes together. That is the strap for the top of my bag. All right, I'm gonna set that aside. That is done. And then I already did my sternum strap. The directions and the pattern are amazing. I'm not gonna show you exactly. It is pretty easy. Again, these pieces were from Georgia Girl Stitches. They go across your chest and hook to the padded straps, and it just makes the bag so much more comfortable. I haven't sewn all of my ends yet because I want to change my thread out to pink so it looks nicer. I don't want a bunch of black thread on this pink webbing, so I'm going to do that at the very end when the bag is done. All right, so that I'm going to put to the side. All right, next step I want, oh, we're going to do our backpack straps. All right, let's do our backpack straps. So I have my padding. Bye, Jen. Thank you so much. Have fun with the dogs. All right, so now I'm gonna do my strap. So I have my long piece of webbing here. I have my foam. It's just foam I got off of Amazon, nothing fancy. And then my backpack strap piece. All right, so I already have one done. I'll show it to you. So this is my completed back strap piece. And then it's sewn like this along the webbing because that's where your sternum strap goes in. So you can pick which level is the most comfortable for you. That's why she does it that way. So that's, and then I already put the ladder buckle. So let's make another one of these. All right, here we go. Take your actual piece of your backpack, fold it right sides together, and we are gonna sew down the long side. It is genius, and Annette, I'm telling you, the way this backpack is constructed is so awesome. All right, and this strap, this padded strap is not hard. You're gonna see how she does this. It's really cool. And so for the Mav backpack that I'm doing on Thursday with my sister, I'm enlarging my Mav and turning it into an actual backpack instead of a sling. And I sized down these padded straps like she makes in this pattern and put them on my enlarged Mav, and they work so perfectly. It was really fun to do. All right. And then I want to flatten this out, and I'm going to clip my center on this side, top and bottom. And is my iron heated? Yep, my iron there. I use a piece of vinyl to cover the raw edge of my webbing. Yes, Stacy, that would totally work too for this backpack. If you didn't want to fold it over like that, you could totally do that. All right, so now you want to flatten this out. And the reason I clipped that center is because I'm gonna line the center of this side up with my seam, all right here. And then you wanna push the seam to one side. You're not gonna flatten it, you're gonna push it over to one side. I'm gonna take this to my iron and iron it this way. It's a love-hate issue watching your videos. Hate it because you make me want to buy another pattern I don't need. I'm sorry, Beth. All right. You need this pattern, though. This is an awesome pattern. And it comes in 2 sizes, which is amazing, too. All right. So I centered them on both sides, and then it just kind of flattens out like this. I'm going to take that to my iron real quick and give it a quick press so it has a nice crease on it. All right. Just a second. Okay. Got a nice little crease on there now. Okay, so I'm going to take my longest piece of webbing, the longest one that you've cut. We're going to stick it down in the strap. Now, if you're doing, no, you do it this way too, whether or not you're doing the sternum strap. Just kidding. All right, so I'm going to center that, and I want to leave about 1 inch hanging off here. Okay. And I want to make sure both sides are in the center of that webbing. All right. So my webbing is going all the way through that strap, okay? Did you use a protective sheet when you ironed that? No, I did not. This is the bonded nylon, and I didn't use really hot heat, and it doesn't have any issues with it. If I was actually interfacing it, I would definitely use a Teflon sheet. All right, so your padding has an edge that is tapered like this. That's gonna go center top here, and you're lining it up with your material, not the webbing, okay? Your material. And then you're gonna clip that up with your webbing up top. All right, so I got kind of a sandwich here, right? I've got my piece that I just sewed. It's inside out. I've got my webbing stuck in between the strap, and then I have my padding on the outside, and it's the side with the seam. All right. I better scroll and make sure I'm telling you guys all the right things. All right. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter if it's the side with the seam or not. It does have it on the center seam though. Okay, so now you're going to sew just from edge to edge of the padding up top here. Okay. And she gives you the seam allowance in the pattern. Don't go far off of that padding. You kind of want to stay within the padding. Okay. Now I want to turn this. I'm at the edge here. Let me bring you guys in a little bit more. Just a second. Okay, is that better? Might be a little better. Okay, so now I'm right off of the padding, okay? I'm not on it anymore, and I'm gonna make sure it's centered. And I'm gonna sew down and off of my strap on the right outside of the padding. I'm not sewing through it, the foam. I'm not sewing through it. I'm sewing right to the side of it. And that's just gonna make your strap have that little tapered edge. And then I'm gonna go on the other side and do the same thing. So do you see that? I didn't catch it in there, but it's right alongside it. Show you the other side. So now I'm gonna take it from here and come down this way or up. Hi, Andy. All right, so I need to make sure, again, that this is nice and centered because I don't have it attached to anything. And I'm gonna start down here and then do the same thing on this side. All right. Awesome. So when you're done with that step, this is what it should look like. Your padding is not attached. Do you see that? To the sides. It's only attached up top. That's what the other side looks like. All right. So now I want to trim this down. I'm not going to trim down this webbing. You want to leave that webbing there. You need that extra webbing because we're going to sew it down and give it a little extra security. But I can trim down the rest of this. Okay. And along the back here. All right. Now, guys, are you ready for this magic? Ooh, that's totally uneven. Just a minute. My padding is uneven right here. That's going to bother me. Just a minute. I'm going to fix this. It was uneven right there. There. That's better. Yeah, okay, that's even. All right, so here we go. This is the coolest part. She says she stayed awake at night forever trying to think of the best way to do this part. And you guys, are you ready? All right. So you're gonna take the webbing and you're gonna start, okay, this is right here. You're gonna start pulling the webbing and it's gonna scrunch. I feel like I need to get even more out so you can see this. I just can't believe how she figured this out. All right, so you're just gonna kind of work it. And I sit down here and I kind of pull it over just a little bit. And this is why I was a little worried to make the strap with the thicker bonded nylon because I wasn't sure how well this would work. Or with the Luxe nylon. The bonded works great for this. All right, now watch. Guys, do you see that? It's pulling it through and putting the padding in between my layers. It's like a magic trick. Okay, look at that. How cool is that? Now the padding is in there. It's right side out. Isn't that cool, guys? All right, and there's my strap. I mean, Lindsay, you're a genius. The first time I did that, I was like, wait, what? There it is, guys. Okay, it's magic. This bonded nylon makes such good backpack straps, you guys. If you haven't tried it out and you're wanting to make a backpack, do it. Okay, that's it. That's my lesson. Let's go back to finishing this. Okay. So cool, right? Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's finish this strap. I like to shove a chopstick down in here and kind of press out my little corners here. Okay. You don't have to, but I'm kind of like, I want them to look nice. All right. All right, looks good. Come on out. All right, so there's that. So it has that little tapered edge right there. It looks great. Lindsay is a genius. I agree. Her brain is pretty amazing. All right, so now you just want to like make sure this looks even and centered along that crease. All right. And I'm just going to clip that up at the top. All right, now you need to do a marking here. 1.5 inches up right here. Okay. Here we go. I am going to sew down this seam. I'm going to sew along the side that the seam is folded to. So the extra seam allowance is going towards this side. So I'm gonna sew along this side of the seam all the way down. I'm gonna go all the way down here. And then I'm gonna come across and up, over, and back down. And it's gonna make a nice box, and it gives your strap some extra stitching and holding that in place, all right? Here we go. I'm gonna, sorry, move it just a little bit more. There we go. That's where I like to put it. Let's do it. Hi, Elle. Hi, Sandra. All right, here we are. All right, so I'm top stitching down that seam on the side where the extra material is. And I'm going all the way down to the bottom here. And then I am turning it and going up. Till I get to that line that we marked, and then I'm coming across. Brittany, thank you. I wasn't sure if the blue would be good with this backpack, but when the webbing is put on it too, it's so perfect. I kind of love it. Okay, and we're gonna go back down. Makes kind of a fun design, gives it some extra stitching, and you're good to go. It's quite a few layers there of webbing and stuff, so, you know, make sure your machine can handle that. I like to back stitch all the way back over that webbing. You don't have to. All right, guys, how cool is that? There is my padded strap. So now we need to trim this part down. All right. She gives the measurement in the pattern, so we're going to trim it right there. All right, and we're using this for another step. I am going to burn my webbing really good, melt it. Okay, and then I want to take my ladder lock. Is that what it's called? My ladder, yeah, I think it's called a ladder lock. All right, so there is a smooth side down here and kind of an indented side, okay? That's the back, smooth side is the front. I'm gonna take it, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yes, okay. I'm gonna take it through this back slot, down and back, okay? Now, I want to double fold again. If your machine can't double fold, that's okay. Did I do it all the way like that? I think I did. Double fold it, so it'll be about that long when you're done. Let me make sure I'm doing it the same way. No, I did it differently. I didn't do the double fold on saw. Whatever you end up doing, just make sure it's the same on both, I think is the most important thing. So I just did one fold back and folded it in like that. Okay. However you choose to do it, you just want to fold this up. And it looks good. That's even. Okay, so now I'm going to sew that down, and I'm going to do like a box stitch with a cross in between it. Ellie, I watched yesterday, and I have to say you are truly gifted. Your sense of color choice is always spot on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Sometimes it's not. I have made a bag before and thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So now I'm going to sew this on. Here we go. I think I'm going to sew down here to start, and then we'll go up and over. I'm just going to protect this back here. I don't know if it'll scratch up the webbing, but I'm not going to take a chance and protect it. One more. Hi, Angel. You're not that late. This backpack's going to take a little while. It's not going to be a quick video today. All right, and then down. And then I'll make a crisscross through it. I'm gonna go one more. Awesome. All right, guys, that is the bottom part. You see that? Okay, I'm gonna melt those threads and then we're gonna add. So if you are not doing the sternum strap, you don't need to do this next step. You can just leave it as is. This part is only if you are doing the sternum strap. Okay, so I want to take which piece? Okay, this other piece here. Is this the right one? Yep, make sure you grab in the right one. And then I'm going to make another marking. Right here. All right, and then I'm going to take this other piece of webbing here. And we're going to lay it along that marking that I just did. It's in the pattern, how far up to go. And now I'm going to sew that on. All right. If I don't give out exact measurements and placement, it's because you need to buy the pattern. I don't want to give away the entire thing. So I explain enough to the point where if you had the pattern, you would be able to follow along. So just FYI. Okay, so I'm just sewing across the webbing. Okay, I'm not going from edge to edge of the pad, just the webbing. Jadira, the sternum strap just, it takes the weight off of your shoulders a little bit. If you are using this backpack for walking a lot or traveling, it just helps the backpack distribute the weight more even, I believe, and it makes it more comfortable. So you don't have to have it, but, and it is, the nice thing is the way she designed it, it is removable. So if you don't always want that sternum strap on, you don't have to have it. All right, so now that that is sewn on down there, I'm gonna flip this up, just like that. Gonna give it a good crease right there. And I'm gonna take just a clip down here to hold it in place, okay? And I'm going to clip this up. Make sure you've got it centered along your strap. Again, this is only if you're doing the sternum strap, but it's also a cute little, it's a very cute little decorative design if you just wanted to add this extra webbing onto your padded strap. I think it's really cute. I would probably do this step and just sew this on if I wasn't doing the sternum strap. All right, and then she gives you markings for where to sew across this. All right. So I'm just going to do my markings here. So your sternum strap can be adjustable depending on who's wearing it. Okay. Hi, Sarah. You getting your eyes dilated? Oh, shoot. I'm so sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to sew along just the webbing on where I did those markings. All right, so I'm going to come in and just go along the webbing. And then I'm going to do that all the way up on each mark. Hi, Suzanne. Yeah, it does make wearing it a lot more comfortable. All right, and then I'm going to go here. See, isn't that webbing super cute? So even if you're not doing the sternum strap, I would suggest putting the webbing on and just sewing it on because it just makes a cute accent on your padded straps. All right, and then we're gonna go up to this one. Awesome. And then one more. Right up here. And then I'll do one more up here to kind of hold that in place. And that is our backpack strap. How cool is that? I love it so much, you guys. All right. I am going to just quickly melt these little threads on the back while I am here. And then good on the front. All right, you guys, look how cool that strap is. Isn't that awesome? All right, so I already did my other one. So I have my 2 straps done. All right, I'm going to set those aside. Freaking love them. Okay, and we're going to make our bottom part of our connector here. I already did, let's see, let me make sure I'm doing the right step. Sternum strap, yes. All right, so I already did this part. I already did one side. So we're just doing this bottom part, oops, sorry guys, of the strap on our backpack. So I already did it once. So I'm going to show you how I did it. All right, so this was the piece. It was a square. You cut it in half, and now I have 2. I'm going to fold it in half again. All right, so I folded it in half again. And you want to stick the strap. This is the other part of the strap I cut off from our padded backpack strap. This is the other part of that webbing. I'm going to stick that through on the folded edge. And you want it to stick out. There it is. 1 inch. Okay. Hi, Jennifer. All right. Right there. And now I want to sew along the side right here where my piece is sticking out. seam allowance is in the pattern for this. All right. And then you just want to trim this down a bit. You don't want to trim this down. Right? Don't trim your webbing down, just the material here. Awesome. All right, and now you want to turn that through. Hi, Linda. You're good. We've got a ways to go. All right. There. And now I want to top stitch this. Just like that. Okay, let's top stitch it. And then I'm going to baste it shut too, along this way. Oh, that's what I did on my last bag. I went around twice. I think I'm going to do that on this one too, because there's going to be a lot of weight pulling here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that top stitch again, about 1/8 of an inch away from the one I just did. I forgot that part on the other. I'll have to grab the other one and do this. And it's kind of cute. Although mine's black on black, so you can't really see it. But if you have contrasting, it's really cute. All right. All right, I'm going to get my other one here and do the same thing. So I'm just doing a second row of stitching. Awesome. All right, so do that twice. You should have 2 when you're done. Linda, I've just introduced my husband to you. Well, your channel is very impressed and now gets why I'm always on my iPad. That's funny. Tell your husband I say hi. All right, here we go. Those are done. We are now, okay, so that's a lot of the prep work out of the way. She does all of the prep work, and now we are gonna start putting together the backpack. Okay. I need to grab my water bottle real quick. My throat is dry. And we will dig into this bag. All right, here we go. Set these aside. I'm gonna pull all these pieces over on this side so they're easier to grab. And I want zipper, back zipper pocket, exterior zipper pocket liners with the back. Okay, and then I think I want this, which piece? And this piece as well. Okay. Beautiful. Here we go. We're gonna work on the back zipper pocket. So I have my zipper already with my zipper tabs on. Mine watches Math University lessons. Oh, it's funny. To each their own, right? Okay, we're going to take the exterior back zipper pocket. Just marking my centers. All right, here we go. take your exterior back zipper pocket, your zipper.
Okay.
No.
I found this on the web for back zipper pocket.
No, Siri, turn off. I don't know how to tell it to turn off. Oh, sorry about that, guys. My Siri thought I was talking to her. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to baste this on first. Zipper is right side down and my exterior pocket piece is right side up. I used to wear my watch during videos, but it would keep like thinking I was talking to it and it would turn on all the time. So I don't wear my watch anymore for videos. Okay, so we're gonna baste this on first, or you can use double-sided tape if you don't want to baste. Up to you. I'm just gonna baste. I hear my bobbin. I think it's getting low. Kind of makes like a clinking sound when it gets low. Yep. Just like Alexa. Yep. All right. Then I'm going to take one of my zipper pocket liners. Got an itch on my back there. Right side down with that zipper in between so your right sides are together. Center that up. It will be smaller. It's smaller. Do you see that? It's supposed to be like that. That is correct. Don't play bobbin chicken. I will with this part because if I run out right here, it's not the end of the world. But when I top stitch, I will not play bobbin chicken. All right. So now we are going to sew this on at our full seam allowance. Yeah. We'll do this last step and then I'm going to change my bobbin. See how far I can get. I'm going to start getting suggestions for math tutorials and back zipper pockets now on my social media. Probably, Charlie. That's how it works. Ears everywhere, right? Can Susan use that Luxe nylon with her Juki? I have the same machine and want to try it. Nancy, yeah, I think so. It's pretty lightweight material for your machine, actually. It's kind of awesome. It's definitely more lightweight than... Ooh, look how close I was. Super close. I could have top stitched, though. Look at that. Okay. I think you could use it with your Juki. Yes. All right, good thing I had one all pre-wound and ready to go. Yeah, I think this bonded nylon is awesome for domestic machines, guys. All right, there we go. Fresh bobbin. We should be good to finish the backpack. All right, so I'm going to press this down and we will top stitch that. I'm just giving it a nice crease with my fingers. If you wanted to take this to an iron, you totally could. Susan, thank you so much. I am feeling much better. All right, so there is my front. There is my back. Okay. Now we want to get, okay, second zipper pocket, face up. Here we go. Centered. And I'm going to baste this one on so it's right side up. Okay. We're going to baste that on this back part of the zipper. And then I want the back exterior. I think that's the back exterior, isn't it? Yes. All right. Then I want to get my back exterior piece, which is this one. I'm going to center that up. Yes, I met Susan at SME from Costa Rica. All right. So now I want to do that on top of this. We're making a sandwich on the top part of the zipper, and I'm going to sew that on at my full seam allowance. Move this zipper out of the way here. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. My bobbin got sucked in, but I think we're good. Okay, move that zipper back down. Nancy, love how you clip and baste your zippers. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of doing the double-sided tape for this part, but you totally can. My nails match the fabric. I know, right? I do have a nail appointment tomorrow. They are getting changed finally. Okay, trim down my tabs there. I'm going to press this up. And we're gonna top stitch it. So this top part's going up, my two zipper pocket pieces down, and this bottom piece down, because this is the back of my backpack here. It's huge, right? It's a big one, guys. All right, here we go. I think we need a bag making cruise to Costa Rica during the dog days of winter. Absolutely, Charlie. Let's do it. I am all for that. Hi, Cheryl. You made a live. All right, so now we need to close up this pocket on the sides, but we are not closing up the bottom because, believe it or not, we are pulling the entire bag through this pocket, guys. It fits. I was a little concerned when I first did it. I thought, oh boy. But you know what? It totally fits. All right, I got some new scissors. I have worn my other Kais out. I need to get them sharpened, but I bought a bigger pair of Kais to keep by my sewing machine. I have the smaller pair that I'm only using on materials, and then now these are my zipper ones. All right. Bag making cruise. That would be fun. All right, so here you can do some double-sided tape along the bottom, and we're gonna fold this bottom edge up because we are not, oh, see? I almost used those scissors. These are my tape scissors now. We are going to fold this up and we are not going to sew the bottom shut. Now, if I remember correctly, this tape doesn't stick very well along this bonded nylon, but we're going to try it. Sounds like you got a scissor plan. Exactly, Jennifer, I do. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to ruin these new ones. I've totally ruined these older ones. We're just going to stick with it. I should probably mark them somehow. I'm going to get them confused. These ones are a tiny bit smaller. These new ones, and a little pointier. These are the Kai N5135, and these are the Kai 7150. Seriously, I want a million pairs of Kais. They are my favorite. You have changed your clothes since this morning. Kay, I have not. This is the only outfit I have put on today. Maybe you were thinking about yesterday. I had a different outfit on. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to sew up the sides of this bag. I folded it uneven. There we go. Here we go. Sew it up. And you're just going to go as far up as you can get. I need scissor tags. I do. Scissor tags. Is that a thing? If it's a thing, I need it. All right. On the other side, sew that up. All right. Beautiful. There is my back. There is my zipper. Now we are going to add to this piece, right? Yes. We're going to add our strap anchors, which are these. All right. And, all right. I'm like, how far up are we going? How come I lose all of my rulers while I sew? There it is. Okay, it is really a thing. Well, then I need it. All right, so with these anchors, make sure they're going up. The webbing is going up. You don't want your webbing going down. Make sure your webbing is going up, okay? And then she gives the measurements. Place that on the bottom here. And we are going to baste those on. All right, very nice. Paste that on real quick. And then she also does a second row of stitching on this part. Because again, this is all the weight of your backpack down here. So I'm gonna do a second row of stitching down here. You can make them on your embroidery machine. That's pretty cool. I probably won't, but if someone wants to make them for me. All right, here we go. Same thing. Send them to me and I will engrave them. Oh, Leslie, then what will I do without my scissors? But yes, that would be amazing. Next time when I order, I'll just send them to you first before I even get them. You can engrave them first. Oh. All right, cool. Look at that. Now we want to add, okay. I have my strap anchor here. And I think it is, all right, I want to mark my center. Actually, just like this. I want to mark, do I need to mark my center? Actually, just a second. I forgot to prep this piece. I think all I do, all right, so we're drawing a 1/2 inch line along each side here. That's what I thought. Sherry, the black accents really make the colors pop. Yay, I'm glad. That was the consensus yesterday when we picked out these materials. I'm glad it worked. Okay. So I am going to use a thinner tape, and we want to just put our raw edge to that marking that we just made. I say use a paint pen on the handles. Oh, yeah, Beth, that would work. I don't have a paint pen, but lots of good options here. Now, would I even pay attention to all of this? I don't know. Probably not. Honestly. Okay, now I just want to fold that to the marking that I did so we don't have any raw edges. It's a tiny little fold. It's not a big fold. That's why I used my thinner 1/8 inch double-sided tape. Just like that. All right. All right, now this is ready to go onto my piece. There. Let's see. What do we need now? Okay. Here we go. So we need to make more markings on this. I'm going to use my favorite pen here, and this is going to be the placement for our straps and our handle. Okay. All right, so that is my placement. And okay, I'm going to do this a little different than I did last time. Just because I was running into the problem where, so lay this top strap anchor. Okay, so I want to lay it on the top there. Right. From the zipper. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so that's going to be my placement. So I'm actually, this time, before I even put this down, I'm going to draw another line. And that's going to be the placement for all of these things that I'm putting down. Because last time I taped that on, but then I kept having to pull it up and shoving the straps and the handle in there, and it was a little bit difficult. So I just did a line a 1/4 of an inch away from that, and that's going to be my placement for all of these things coming up. All right, so I need to find my center of all of this. Do you think this could be made from soft, lightweight vinyl? I think it could be. Just make sure that your machine can handle all the layers. It really does depend on what machine you have. Okay, here is my center, right? Yes, okay. Okay, so this piece here, I'm gonna take this apart. And it's gonna go this way. So I'm gonna put a little piece of tape under here. This is how I'm gonna do it this time around. You don't have to do it this way, whatever works for you. All right, this is gonna be your center and you want it right side up, and I'm going to center it on that marking I just made along that line, okay? Right, that should be centered right there. And then I want to take my handle and I'm going to do it on each side of that. All right. All right, here we go. I need to melt this. All right. So I'm going to place this right alongside that, right? Still, I just keep checking to make sure I'm doing this correctly. I don't want to tell you guys the wrong thing. All right, and there. Awesome. All right, so that's all in place. You could base this as you go as well if you really wanted to. All right, now I need my backpack straps. Okay. Here's my straps. Now you need to cut these at an angle, but they need to be the opposite way, right? So I have learned if you do right sides together like this and cut your angle, so you just need to like a slight angle like this. All right, and it'll just help your backpack straps lay the right way when it's on your shoulder. All right, so now, see, they are cut the right way. And I need to melt your webbing. If you just cut your webbing, melt, melt, melt. Okay. And then they want to be wrong side up. Like that going. So you want the angle to go out towards the edges, because then when your bag's on, these are flipped over. Yes, yes. All right, so I'm going to put double-sided tape along here like that. All right, like this. And again, I'm just using that second row of markings that I made. There. Okay. Susan and I are doing a video together on Thursday, you guys. Thursday morning, I think 10 a.m. on my channel. Susan and I are sewing up an enlarged Mav pack. So just so you're all aware, we'll post again on the Facebook group about it. All right, so that is everything that I need placed under this. It's a lot. So now this piece is gonna go over that, and I'm gonna sew the crap out of this piece and all of these pieces on here, right? All right, so I'm gonna put some double-sided tape in the middle of this and place that on there. It just doesn't want to stick to this bonded or to this luxe nylon. All right. So now I'm going to place this folded edge along here, just like this. And then everything is sandwiched under this. Look at that. That looks good, because when your bag is on, these are going to be flipped over. All right, I'm going to top stitch this like a mad woman. Here we go. And you know what? I need to get some alcohol wipes out. Let me do that. Yeah, this is thickness right here, guys. So if you're thinking of doing vinyl and all of these materials, just keep that in mind right here. This part, not so much. I mean, this is just one layer. This is one layer, but your straps have the padding. You have the webbing, like it's a couple layers. So this is where you might struggle if you don't keep it light. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go around again. Okay. Because again, I want to be sure I'm doing lots of stitching down on these layers. And I'm going to go down to the bottom, do it again. Down here. You have to deal with all these pieces, you know. I like to just kind of roll it up right here. And because I'm crazy, I'm going to do one more time around. I'm just going to stitch the whole thing down. You don't have to do that. All right, I am done with that. It looks good. I don't know if you can see it, obviously, because I did, oh, here. You can see, that's how many rows of stitching I did. Okay, so now we need to connect the backpack straps, I believe, together. Yes, okay, so we're gonna take our backpack straps here. And we're just gonna go ahead and connect this. Make sure I'm doing this right. Up and down. Okay, you want to come up and down. Again, these are ladder locks, right? So make sure once you do that, that it holds in place. And I need to melt this. It wasn't melted. And then we're just going to fold that under and sew it down. Super easy. Okay, so I'm going to do a double fold. 1, 2, again. If your machine can't handle that, you can probably do a single fold, and that's fine too, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and do this side. Oh, that one's already done. Okay, so up and down. Just like that, and I'm going to do a double fold. All right, make sure that's somewhat even. Yeah. It looks good. All right, and then I'm going to sew those down, and then our back of the backpack is complete. Told you this will be kind of a long sew today, and that's okay. My kid always calls while I'm on a live. I forgot to text them telling them I was on a live. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do one more row of stitching on here just because I want to. All right, so there's one side. Just sewed it down. It'll just make it so it won't slip through, right? So it should be good. All right, let me do the other side real quick. Why aren't they subscribed for notifications? Right, Leslie? Who knows? My 2 boys call me like clockwork every day, which I am very grateful for. Happy mama, but not when I'm on a live. Okay, beautiful. And good. What are we gonna do next? We're gonna put together the front. All right, so there's my back panel. I'm gonna put that aside. We are now gonna work on our front panel. Evelyn, I am feeling much better. And then I need this piece here. Okay, we are now going to attach the pockets to here. Except it's gonna go like that, right? Here we go. So those markings that I made when I cut out the pattern are gonna be, again, our placement point for this. So you want to take the pocket here, flip it over. I'm gonna find those 2 center markings here. Oh, hopefully I didn't clip too far into that. And now we're going to clip that all on. And it's gonna be curved and a little funky. And yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. I'm gonna do a couple there. I'm gonna come up to the top here and line this up here. And then come down. And it should fit pretty dang nice. Like it just scoots right in there. Got no issues. And then I take it from the bottom and come up, and we're gonna sew that on. And now I think, which way does she sew this on? With the wrong side of the front main body. She sews it on like this. So we are gonna do that as well. All right, so my zipper pull is up here, so I'll have to remember to get that after I do this. Okay, here we go, guys. that's what he said. That's funny. That's what she said. All right, so you're gonna kind of be scrunching this up, and that's totally fine as you go. Ooh, I barely made it past that little slice I did. Be careful when you're doing your markings. I almost did mine too big. I'm gonna go ahead and unzip this. Maybe. Yep. Just make sure you don't have any wrinkles going along here. Straighten it out. And that's it. Easy peasy. So when you're done, ta-da! My pocket's added. Could you top stitch that? Probably. She doesn't recommend doing it, especially with this material. You don't really need to. All right, the other thing we need to do now is close up our pocket. So up here, you're kind of lining these two up here. You're not doing it flat like that. You're gonna have a tiny little bump there, which is what you want, right? Just like that. And then you wanna line up all of your pocket pieces together and all of those layers, and we will baste them all shut. So I'm gonna do the same thing down here. Line that up. Kind of has a tiny little pucker there, but then it lines everything up nicely. Does it have to line up exactly? No. Remember, you have that little bit of seam allowance to work with. That looks good though. All right, so now I'm gonna baste these layers all together, and then we will repeat for the other side. Okay, here we go. All right. Again, you got some thickness right there. There we go. Awesome. Okay, first side done. I'm gonna head to the other side. We want it like that. Flip it up and clip. All right, hopefully I didn't cut too big on this one. My goodness, because that's okay. All right, there it is. Beautiful. All clipped on there. I want to do it from this side. I'm going to start with it unzipped here because I'm going to start from the top this time. Here we go. Can you guys see this okay? Hopefully I'm not covering it all up too much. Again, just make sure you don't have any puckers in your material. It's probably the most important part of this piece right here. I am going to zip this back up. Hi, Carol. We're still working away on it. You're good. Still slaving away. Awesome. What is the plaid material I'm using? It is a bonded nylon from Wonderground. So it's like a silky smooth feel. Awesome backpack material. All right, and now I want to pinch at these tabs right here. Line that up. And then baste all of my layers together. Renee, I'll be in Denver in a couple of weeks and plan on checking out the King Max. Awesome. Good luck. Make sure you mention my name. All right. There we go. Let's baste this. Do. All right, guys, that is our pockets. How cool is that? All right. Beautiful. All I'm going to clip my center up at the top here. All right, along here. Okay, and then we want the other part of that clip, and we are going to sew it wrong side up, I believe. Yes, so not this way, but this way, because it's gonna clip up like that. So you wanna lay it wrong side up, and I am just going to center that, and you want a little bit of an overhang with that. Not a ton, just a little. And I'm gonna baste that on right there. Awesome. All right, and then I want my front top piece, which I think, yes, is this black piece here. And I'm gonna do it this way. Let's center it up too. Let's center that up too. And we're laying it on top, right sides together along the top here. All right, and this is the top of our bag. You don't have to do it a different color like I did, but it makes a cool looking accent when you do it this way. All right. Now I'm gonna sew this on. Here we go. Almost to the base piece, guys. Almost there. All right. Oh, I need to add my nameplate after this. Don't let me forget. Add my nameplate. And then I want to top stitch, I believe. Okay, you want to flip it this way, and your seam allowance is going down towards this piece, and I'm going to top stitch. All right, here we go. Top stitch. So I'm top stitching along this bottom piece here, right? It's flipped down, because then you top stitch through this closure again, which is good. Awesome. Hi, Cynthia. Watching while cooking lunch. Yum. I want some lunch. Susan, you're signed in as me. That's Susan, you guys. All right. Yep. Okay. I'm going to add my bag tag. Look how big that is. Look at that. Isn't that cute though? Oh my goodness. I love it. All right. So I'm going to add my tag real quick right down here. And my Crocs are squeaky on this floor. I'm just wearing my comfy Crocs, guys. All right. Let's do this real quick. Ooh, look at my new large X-Acto knife from Hannah Woodworking. Yes. All right, adding my nameplate. Zoop. Let's figure out my marking. I'm not sure how far down. Let's do maybe 3 inches. I need to find the center. Right there. Okay. That looks about right. Right there. If you make those noises, it really helps. Okay. Right there. Awesome. Oh, this is loose. Let me tighten it. Okay. Awesome. Put this through here. Here. Okay. And then I'm just gonna back this. It's just a single layer, and I know it's not gonna have a lot of pulling on it, but I just wanna make sure it's not going anywhere, right? Come on. And then I'll protect it, and we can put all of these layers together. It's gonna be so fun. So fun. There we go. All right, so now we want to put our front and our back together. Look at all that. So fun. All right, so we're gonna line up our 2 sides here. We are going to clip these. This is where it gets all big here, right? I got a big old piece here. I don't have my centers marked. Maybe I should. I might need to. Okay. I'm gonna mark my centers real quick just so it lays where it needs to lay. Come on. There we go. What is the name of the store that sells King Max? It is called Ralph's Industrial. Just clip our center here, just about right here, right there. Susan, thank you. I hope so. I'm really digging the colors. Right where this zipper tab is. Okay, here we go. Now, let's put this together. Make sure you have them both going the right way. That's important. Okay, I'm gonna line up my centers here and go out from there. Because it may be just a tiny bit off top and bottom. So if that's the case, I just wanna make sure I have it even, if that makes sense. All right. There we go. Yeah, see, I'm a little bit like longer on one side. I think I did that last time too, which is fine. You'll make up for that in the seam allowance, so it's not that big of a deal. All right, let's sew these two together. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I think we're good. Okay. All right, here we go. Nice small bag. Guys, this is the petite version. There is a bigger, there is a bigger version of this bag. So keep that in mind. The bigger version would be awesome if I was using it as like an actual carry-on for a trip or something. It would definitely hold more. Sorry, getting my shoulder in the in the video. Susan, the one she was wearing, I think was the petite, but I could be wrong. I thought it was, but all right. Other side, you're gonna make a big tube, and then we're gonna add the bottom of the bag to it. Oh, the other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back over to this side. I'm gonna do extra row stitching down here on the connector. We don't want that going anywhere. All right. Here we go, other side. Second verse, same as the first. Susan, I know that Lindsay sewed up her like examples and all of her testing ones on her Juki like yours. So it is made to be able to handle, but I showed everybody the thick parts are the straps and the handle on the back. But I think you could. I think I should be winding another bobbin. I think we're gonna need another bobbin. I'm in really, I am. You got it. Let me get another bobbin winding while we do this. All right. Okay. I just did which side? This side, I need to go over that connector here. All right. We are at the bottom piece. We're doing good, guys. Okay. We're not gonna finish this in under 2 hours, but that's okay. It's okay. Here's my bottom pieces. I put on Decovil Heavy on both. Okay. Oh, hi, Davy Wavy. My college boy. You're eating a healthy, balanced lunch right now, in case you were concerned. So happy for you. I am never worried about you eating, David. Okay, so I'm doing my centers on this piece, right? And then I'm gonna I'm gonna make sure my zipper pocket is open right now too. And then I'm going to mark my centers along the bottom here. And I am gonna did I use my stapler? I think I did. I think I'm gonna use my stapler for this part. Around these curves. Okay, so I have my centers marked. Let me get my little stapler out. Make sure I have. Okay, my stapler that I love. Here we go, guys. So the curved part is the front. The straight part is the back. So I am going to put on the straight part first. Okay. Right sides together. I'm gonna match up those centers. That's gonna go on first. I will never regret using that stapler, especially with the nylon. Seriously, this stapler, best purchase I ever made. Susan should be getting one in the mail today. It is from Wawak, however you want to say it. Best stapler for bag making, guys. And this nylon is a little slippery. I would highly suggest using a stapler, or else you might be very sad and frustrated. All right, I'm gonna start doing some staples because it's gonna slip around this. All right, I'm gonna get this side in first here. The lining of this bag goes a lot quicker than the exterior, just FYI. Like, it really does. I don't know why that is. Probably because you don't have to be so meticulous and exact, I would think. All right. Just make sure, ooh, my hair's getting in my way. Just make sure when you're stapling this that it is out of your seam allowance where you're stitching. You don't want to sew over your staples, guys. Okay. I know this is a little hard to show. And mine is not 100% perfect, but it'll look good when it's all sewn up, okay? This is the exterior. The lining piece, I don't think I stapled at all when I sewed up the lining. It's a lot easier because it doesn't have these side pockets to deal with, and you don't have to worry as much as the wrinkles. This stapler too is so much easier on my hands. Crazy. Sorry, maybe if I angle this a little bit, you can see it better. Cindy, I'm still here. I am. The rest of the bag is gonna go super quick. We're kind of at the end. It goes quick from here. We did all of the hardest parts already. All right, there it is. There she blows. I don't know if I can fit one right there. Try. All right. Ta-da! Okay. I am trying to think, which way do we sew it on? So I first sew with the bottom base face down. So she does it this way. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's sew this sucker on. I need another drink real quick. All the way over here. I forgot to fill it up too. Cindy, I ended up not going to the So Haunted retreat. I had to cancel because I got sick, but I heard it was a success and everybody had such a good time. I'm super sad I had to cancel. But there was no way I could have traveled last weekend. All right, here we go. Lindsay designs on her domestic most of her patterns. She makes them domestic machine friendly. So you should be able to do it on your domestic. See how nice it is just to have those staples in there and I don't have to deal with taking out clips along the way. It's so nice, guys. I'm just trying to make sure all my layers are flat as I go with this stiletto, so I don't have any bumps here. Yeah, I'll go back and remove the staples. I have the best staple remover. I'll show it to you. It's on my Amazon list and it is seriously, I wouldn't do these staples unless I had that tool. It is the best. I'll show it to you guys. You could also, if you really did it along your edge, you could always trim them off. I have done that with bags with bigger seam allowances where I have that extra to be able to do that. That is an option. And then you don't have to sit and take all the staples out. Yeah, so that is an option too. Almost there. Zoop. Thank you, Brittany. That Amazon list also has like the mesh that I used on this bag and all my Kai scissors that I like to get. All sorts of fun tools on there, right? I don't like the way this is pulling. Just a minute. I'm gonna turn this over. I don't know if I like to do it that way. I don't remember which way I did it on the last one. I'm gonna turn it over this way for the rest of it. Alrighty, looks good. I'm like, should I just trim those out? No, I'm gonna take them out with my stapler. Okay, we are all there. I think it's good. Looks good. All right, so best staple remover you will ever have. It's magnetic, and all you do is go zoop, and it pops them out. Best tool ever, and of course you have to make the noise zoop. Right, Susan? All right. Turn and burn. Not yet, Susan. I gotta do the lining real fast. The lining's super easy. All we have to do is put a slip pocket in and sew the sides together and put the bottom on. It won't be hard. It goes a lot quicker. The exterior is the most time consuming part. Now, if you wanted to, you could go around first at 1/8 of an inch seam allowance to base these layers together, and then take it around at your bigger seam allowance. A lot of people do like to do that method. That is another option that you have. Almost there. Just make sure you remove all your staples. You don't want those ripping into your material, okay? All right, and then I'm gonna turn this right side out and we're gonna see what we have. All right, here we go. Looks good. Oh, sorry. Someone's upstairs rolling a chair around. Okay. Here it is. Oh my goodness, you guys. Ta-da! Here's my backpack so far. Oh, that is so cute. All right, let's go to the lining. The lining goes a lot quicker And we'll put these two together. You can do a zippered closure. Lindsay was telling me, oh, are you gonna do the zipper closure? And I'm like, no, I don't think I am. But you can do a zippered closure. That's totally an option. I'm gonna trim this down a tiny bit along here because it's uneven. I'm just gonna do the roll top. But if you're like, that's not secure enough, you can totally add a zipper to the whole entire top of this bag. All right. There is my outside. Let's go to the inside. There we go. My inside pieces. We want to start with my interior pocket, fold it, top stitch. Okay, just reading some instructions here. So this is gonna be my slip pocket here, and it's gonna go onto here. I can't believe that's so small. I know. Well, I mean, like when it's rolled and folded and all put together, it's just, I feel like it's a normal size backpack. So I'm sure the bigger one is like an extra large backpack. This is kind of more of a normal size for me. I really like the petite. All right, so I'm just folding this in half. We're gonna top stitch. And I think she says a 1/2 inch from the folded edge. We're doing a big top stitch. I had the idea too, you could probably totally make this a padded pocket on the inside if you wanted to do that for your electronics. All right, so you want to just put this on your liner piece and we're going to baste this on. And that's it. And then we just put this lining together. Super easy. If you wanted to add a zipper pocket, you could add a zipper pocket. Hi, Sebby. This is why I didn't answer your phone call, baby. All right. There we go. So I'm going to baste this on. And then, yeah, then we're going to sew it together. Here we go. Yeah, you would add a zipper pocket. I think a zipper pocket would be nice. I've debated. Kind of want to do one like right here. Wouldn't that be nice? Now I'm like, should I just go ahead and put a zipper pocket in real quick, guys? Guys, I'm going to do a zipper pocket real quick. How do we feel about that? Is everybody okay with that? Let me just measure how big I want this pocket. I'm gonna do it about 9.5 by 16. Okay, just a second. I'm gonna go cut this out real quick. I'm still here. Talk amongst yourselves. let's add this zipper pocket real quick. Let me get one more pull and some zipper tape. Let's do it. Susan, such a troublemaker. Don't talk about me. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's do it. I'm like, this bag is going to be for me, and I think I would really like a zipper pocket, so I'm going to do it. Okay. I would add another slip pocket on top of the big slip pocket. Add a smaller slip pocket. Oh, yeah. I mean, the inside of it is kind of big. So this would be a good pocket for things that you want kept safe and not out for everybody. So, yeah, an overlay in plaid, that would be adorable. Let's not get crazy though, guys. All right. Here we go. I need to heat up my iron real fast too. Okay, iron's turned on. Let's draw out our pocket on the back. Here we go. Super easy, 1 inch down, 1 inch in, 1/2 inch wide. It's usually my go-to for zipper pockets. And here, okay. So I'm gonna place it, I'm just gonna eyeball it. I think I can eyeball it pretty well here. Right there. Make sure it didn't move, looks good. Right above my slip pocket, like I want it right above. Right, okay. Right sides together, still around the box. I also installed a magnet snap on my slip pocket top. Oh yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, you could totally add a magnet to that slip pocket. Okay, let's cut her out. Those scissors are not as strong. All right. Ooh, looks good. Right above that slip pocket right there. Okay, I'm gonna just take this and give it a little bit of a press on my iron, guys. Just a little bit. I'll do it from the back side with a Teflon sheet because now I'm on this bonded nylon side. And we need a little more protection on this side. It's quite slippery. Okay, take this over to my ironing board real quick. Ta-da! Oh yeah, we could do that, Brittany. All right, what'd I do with my zipper? Here it is. Okay. Zipper like that. Let's put it in. Come on. So slippery, guys. All right, I think that's centered. Let's make sure. We good? Yeah. Like, I love the bonded nylon, but when you have bonded nylon with bonded nylon layers, it makes it just a little trickier. Okay, let's sew this on. My thread went up through. There we go. Okay. Just curious, do you wish you would have used the gray instead of the black? Nope. Okay, I love the black. I'm happy I used the black. It makes a really nice contrast. Gray would have looked nice too. I think they would have both been great. But I am happy with my choice. All right, not the most perfect zipper, but it's great. For me, it is good. Yay! Okay, now I just need to close that up and then we'll assemble the lining. Thanks for sticking with me through that. All right, so let's close up this pocket. And then we'll put it all together. I'm glad I added a zipper. All right, here we go. Close this all the way up. Create beautiful you. Yay, I finally made a live in real time. Absolutely love all your videos. Well, thank you. Welcome, welcome. Alrighty, we are done with that. Just gonna trim that down. That one's fine. Melt. Actually, let's trim this down a tiny bit too. I just know we have a bigger seam allowance on the lining, so I want to make sure this stays out of my seam allowance. Let's do it. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Here is my lining. Big old piece of lining. Let's sew this up just like we did our exterior. The only thing we're changing is increasing the seam allowance so our lining isn't baggy. Okay. And like, are we bigger on that? Just the tiniest bit, so we're good. Okay, here we go. So we start at that same seam allowance and then we increase, okay? And then we're gonna do the same on the other side, and we're gonna add our bottom. Okay. I'm not sure if Susan's still here. All right, let's put on the bottom. Okay, so I need to clip my centers again. On this one, I don't think I'm using staples on this one. I don't think it's needed. And then let's clip our centers here. Okay. Okay, so then we put the two together. And that's it. We don't even have to top stitch if we don't want to. How about that? All right, here we go. So I want, let's see, the slip pocket side is my back. So I want my straight to go along that back slip zipper pocket side, and we go from there. Let's get some clips out. Our next live, Beth, is going to be an enlarged Mav pack on Thursday. At what time, Susan? 10, 11? Suzanne, we were just talking earlier how it's totally dulled this pair of Kais. So this pair is now my zipper tape scissors. And the smaller one is my new thread ones. Yes, it did dull them a little bit. But they're so good. They like just slice right through it. So they are now just dedicated to my zipper tape and interfacing and all that kind of stuff. See how much easier this bottom piece of the lining goes in? It's just a lot easier on the lining. So this does go quicker. See, and I can just clip it. No staples needed for the lining for me. You could. And then I think, do we use a bigger seam allowance? Nope, same seam allowance. All right, let's do it. Just a ruler. Fixing to drop it in like it's hot. Jennifer, that's a good one. Susan, did you see that? Oh my goodness, that's really funny. Kasaya, can this be made using vinyl? Margaret, yes. I would only recommend it if you have a machine that can handle it, though. I would not recommend it for all the domestic machine users out there. But if you have a machine like mine, you can totally do it with vinyl. I would stick to lighter weight vinyls. But yeah, I wouldn't see why not. Susan, we're in the home stretch. Looks good. She says to trim this one down. So I'm going to trim it down a little bit just because it probably sits better inside the bag if you trim down the seam allowance. Right? All right, guys. Here we go. All right, am I doing everything right? With the exterior, wrong side out, and the lining now right side out. Okay. Right side out with the lining. And then I gotta turn my I gotta turn my backpack inside out. And we're gonna drop it in like it's hot and then turn and burn. I love all these new technical terms we have are kind of amazing. All right. All right, we're gonna put our lining into our exterior. Right sides together and flip it along all the top evenly, and then we're gonna sew. And then, like I said, you don't have to top stitch this bag, and I'll show you why. I did top stitch the other bag that I did, and I don't know, it was okay, but it's not necessary at all. Okay. You guys are funny. Machines are talking to you, huh? Ignore all of the other things that you have to do and come sew on me. Yep. That sounds about right. Okay. Okay, I don't know if I have my centers clipped, actually. I don't think I do. So I'm just gonna have to eyeball it here. Get it out a little bit more. Get that even. Looks good. There. Hey you guys, I'm excited. We're almost there. How long have we been? 170. Okay. Well, we can do it under 3, right? We'll be under 3, so that's good. All right. You guys, when this is done, it is the most satisfying project ever. You guys are gonna love it. All right, here we go. Seam allowance. Okay, here we go. Brittany, lives are so fun. It's like we all get together and hang out with you over sewing. I know. It makes sewing way more enjoyable for me. I know that much. All right, you guys, ready? Everybody say it with me. Everybody say it. Turn and burn, baby. Turn and burn. Okay, here we go. We can all thank Susan for that one. All right, so I've got my zipper pocket. I didn't open it. It's okay. Now it's opened. Okay, here we go. Turn and burn. Okay. So, if you are doing an all vinyl backpack, this style, I would not recommend turning through the zipper pocket. I don't know if it would be too much. I would definitely leave a big old hole in my lining and a hole in my zipper pocket and do it that way if I was doing an all vinyl backpack. Just putting that out there for you guys who have asked. Yeah. Okay. Do. I'm gonna just sew up this pocket real quick, guys, and then I'll show you what it looks like. You have to wait a couple more minutes, just a minute. Let me just sew up this pocket. You've waited this long, we can wait a couple more minutes. Okay. Zoop and zoop. Okay. Burn, baby, burn. Turn it up back. Now, the way that this bag is designed is your top is going to roll in a little bit. It's not a crease along your seam. And she suggests putting something heavy in it. So I'm going to get something heavy to sit down inside. Oh my goodness, you guys. If this backpack is not me, I don't know what is. This is so cute. All right, so I put a block in the bottom of it. And then you kind of, do you see how it's in? It's not along that crease, and that's how it's supposed to be. So if you wanted to, you could do a top stitch around there, which I did on my other bag, and it looked fine, but I don't think it was needed. All right, true test. Let's see. Let's put it on, and then you tighten it there. Oh my gosh, you guys. It's seriously, look how awesome that is. All right, I'm gonna put it on for you guys. I don't think, all right, mine can't go up farther than that. So that's what we get. that. Look at my backpack. Look how cute those straps are on the front. Do you see that? Oh my goodness, you guys. I am in love. I'm in love. All right, that's my backpack. So the only thing left to do is I just need to finish the sternum strap. So the sternum strap connects wherever I want it to. So if I want to put it up a little bit more, it connects right here and right here or right here and right here. And it just helps hold it in place and make it more comfortable if I had it loaded down with stuff. Isn't that cute? All right, you guys, that is the Rick Rolltop Petite. This is the Petite. Yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you today. I hope you loved it. Go check out this pattern. Yeah. It's so cute. All right. Thank you guys. As always, I appreciate all of your love and support. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, it really is helpful if you do that. So if you could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Look how, I just can't get over it. It turned out so cute. I love the straps. I will try and have everything linked below in the description after I finish this video, so you can find all the products I used and everything that we talked about today. And come join us on Thursday. Susan and I are gonna hop on and sew up a bag together at 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And that's it, guys. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous Tuesday, and we'll see you all Thursday. Bye.